And we're back here on the Kramer Show, wrapping things up here soon. As we just talked to Cam, I mentioned about minor league teams, of course. That was pretty much the main topic of the entire conversation we had. But he said 8 teams are coming into the SFL minor leagues. He also did say that there's a possible chance of it just not having a city of its own getting a team. Kind of like how you see Baltimore Vultures, that like Baltimore's that city. Maybe there's no cities, maybe there's no towns that these teams would go in. Or, I mean, I do like the idea of it just being like, for an example, the Cougars. That's a team. It could just be the Cougars alone. Right? You're going to play for the Cougars. I mean, I do like that. So you're not. So all it is you trying to go to an actual like just a team, maybe a logo. I'll throw it as just a logo, a name. I do like that. That shows to where, like, because I live in Kansas City, I never want to play for a team that's in, I don't know, a team that I do not like is the Kansas City Chiefs. I would not want to play in Kansas City, if you want to put this as a global NFL range. So it makes sense that way. But here are some cities that I feel could have a SFL minor league team. Let me know what you think about this, but number 1 on the list, I'm going to say New York, New York. It would be odd to think that you could put a minor league team in a city like New York, but you could. I mean, you see all the other sports teams in the world that actually have a team in New York, so it's like it makes sense to have them dabble in the SFL action. Because, I mean, you got the city that never sleeps. I mean, that could be the New York Never Sleepers. That's a good name, I think, at least. And here's another one. Salt Lake City, Utah. There's nothing. And there's no SFL team in between. I mean, you got to think. Las Vegas, Seattle, and Denver. Those would be like the direct correlation of the closest team to that. But it'd be kind of cool to see a team in Utah. I mean, there was a league that was around that is gone that had a team in Utah, in Salt Lake City to be exact. So I like the Utah scene for an SFL team. Another one, Nashville, Tennessee. That'd be a cool one to have. They have a country music note as their thing, maybe a guitar as their logo. Put it in Nashville because, I mean, it's the city of, it's the rock, not rock. Oh wow, no, it's the country city of the United States. So yeah, that could work that way. Maybe throw in a Sacramento, California. Another, just as long as you stay away from LA, because I know it's too big, and yeah, I don't know if the last team that was in California were the Sharks, so maybe you can have a Sacramento type thing going on and stay away from San Francisco. Omaha, Nebraska. Put a little corn in there. It might work. El Paso, Texas, I do like. El Paso, it's different. And then in the last one, but not least, of course, Kansas City, Missouri. If you have a St. Louis team, why don't you throw a Kansas City team in there? Kansas City, maybe it's a barbecue team. I don't know. It's just speculation. Something that I'd like to see. Those are the eight teams that have locations. That could be them right there. I'm not sure. By the time this goes out, there might be some more news coming, but I don't know for sure. But I feel like those eight locations, once again, New York, Salt Lake City, Nashville, Philadelphia, Sacramento, El Paso, Omaha, and Kansas City. That could work. All right, let's go on to the last segment of the day. We're going to make my predictions of who's going to win the Week 3 matchups. Starting off first, I just went to simulationfootball.net. Go there. There's a lot of cool stuff. That's stats, recent games. There's a score stream on there that has also the game stuff on there too. You can find articles from the past and the most recent ones as well. So go ahead, simulationfl.net. I went off the schedule right there from top to bottom. We have Jacksonville Kings heading to Seattle, take on the Tyrants. Give me Seattle on this one. They look really good against Denver, and I feel like at home they have the edge for that. Florida Storms on the road to Las Vegas, taking on the Fury. Give me Florida for this sake. I don't see them losing back-to-back games. I do not see that at all. Going on to the next matchup, Arizona Scorpions is traveling to Sioux Falls. Arizona, man, you're good. You're a good team, but Sioux Falls looks scary. They're a sneaky scary. They're a sneaky good scary. Sioux Falls for that one. Mexico City taking on the Atlanta Swarm. If a defense like Baltimore can shut down Mexico City and everything, I got it. And the Swarm has probably the second or third best defense in the league. I'm giving Atlanta on this one, plus they're at home. Charleston taking on Carolina. Charleston, I thought, had a good defense in week 1, but they're taking on a Carolina Skyhawks team that is ambitious. Yes, they had 6 total interceptions taken, so their defense looks really good. I'm going to Carolina for this one against Charleston. Now I go Baltimore Vultures taking on the Denver Nightwings. I hate to say it, but Denver, you're not getting the win. Baltimore Vultures, this is a good team. This is a really good team. It's going to be a little bit rough. Maybe this can start a fire for Denver, but I the offense the past 2 weeks, 10 points and then 13 points. That's not good. You got to step it up. Baltimore is going to kind of beat Denver at home, which is sad to say. Queen City Crusaders versus the Tulsa Desperados. Queen City. I mean, how many touchdowns is Stephen Hacker going to have this week? Is he going to have another 300-plus yard game? I feel like he will. Tulsa plays the close games, but this isn't going to be a close game at all. Deacon Nickens, friend of the show, yeah, I completely adore you, man, but I don't see Tulsa doing that great this game. It's Queen City. Queen City on this one. London Knights taking on Vancouver Legion. Give me Vancouver. Vancouver, the Bash Brothers, give me them. Suda Nakai is the best running back. I don't care. Sandman's good too, but Suda Nakai is the best running back in the SFL right now. So give me Vancouver. New Orleans Pharaohs taking on St. Louis Gladiators, who St. Louis is, you got to get on the win column sometime, and I don't think it's this week. I know they're at home. Give me New Orleans Pharaohs on this one. And last but not least, the Houston Hyenas taking on the Chicago Wildcats. And on my notes, I have them the Wildcats. Yeah, it's not the Wildcats. Wildcats, Kramer. Houston Hyenas, give me them. It was a very weird thing that they lost by 19 points in the recent game. But Chicago losing by 36, that's going to hold up right there. And Chicago, man, come on, Chicago, step it up. Give me Houston on this one. That has been this edition of the Kramer Show. Thank you for listening, watching, or however you would prefer to taking on this type of SFL content. Week 3 action is right around the corner. Until next time, I will see you on the next Kramer Show.